Behold, behold, the elusive, street-legal Alibaba Surron Ultra Bee. I wanted to make this video for others to be able to have a deeper understanding of the process for ordering a 2025 street-legal Surron Ultra Bee 21 kilowatt version through Alibaba, as this is pretty much the only way you can obtain one of these bikes. The first place that I checked before going through Alibaba was my local Arizona dealerships. In Arizona, there are several dealerships that sell the dirt bike version, but I could not find anywhere that sold the street legal version, so I was pretty much forced to order it through Alibaba. There were two dealerships at the time that were selling the dirt bike version for $7,000, but I wanted the street version so I could register it. But as you could imagine, I wasn't super thrilled with paying $7,000 for a dirt bike, which then I would have to update to DOT standards to certify it and pass it as a street legal motorcycle, with parts such as turn signals, horns, and license plate holders. I knew it was possible to make the dirt bike version legal, but it makes so much more sense to purchase said fully equipped street legal version since the product exists and all of the little details such as ironing out how to hide the wires or where to exactly to mount the hardware has already been dealt with in a professional manner. Also, stay tuned for future videos about my process with registering the bike as a motorcycle through the AZ DMV. Alright, before I go over my DMs for how I actually purchased the bike through Alibaba, let's talk a little bit about my pre-ship experience and Alibaba. So since the only option for ordering the street legal version is online, that's what I did. Let me walk you through my process of how I did it. The first thing I would say you should know when ordering a Surron from Alibaba is that you need to purchase it from a verified vendor to avoid scams. There are several different legitimate dealers on the platform. I chose to go with Gonped as my supplier. I'll put a link in the description to Gonped. When I reached out to inquire about purchasing the dirt bike, I was given the associate named Piper to speak with for purchasing it. I initially contacted her by asking if they had any street legal versions of the Ultra Bee because I couldn't find any on Alibaba being sold. I was told that the company does not publicly sell the street legal version. I don't know why, but they had several available to purchase directly, of course. She sent me a link to the street legal version and I did not negotiate the price. I've heard that some other people have negotiated price successfully down, but I wasn't too concerned. I liked the price. I was happy with it. The price of the bike when purchasing through Alibaba was $51.50. Not bad, but when compared to the $7,000 sticker price at the local dealerships for the dirt bike version, it's amazing. One thing that is important to note that Alibaba store charges $75 processing fee when purchasing. So don't be like me and split the payment in two and just double the processing fee. Sometimes you have to make a sacrifice to the Alibaba gods, I suppose, to keep them happy. I would like to note that I didn't order anything else with the bike, but I do regret not ordering the tall seat, as I did eventually order it later on. After I purchased the bike, I was at the mercy of the freights, and let's just say it felt like a big weight. I did have to ask my Gonped reference for the shipping tracking numbers. I ordered the bike on the 15th of October, and I received the bike on the 13th of December, so just under a 2-month wait. Not too bad for a slow boat from China. But my bike did run into a customs inspection issue at the China customs, which delayed it due to the full container being sent back to the supplier. That was about a week delay or so. Alright, now let's take a deep dive into the DMs with the supplier so we can see how the transaction actually went. Alright, so the first thing I did was I DM'd Gonped the dirt bike version and asked them if they had the street version, to which they said yes, and they sent me a picture of the street version, and then they let me know that it comes with a MCO, but this MCO is kind of useless as it's in Chinese. Any American organization would need it to be translated. After I paid for the bike, she sent me the picture to make sure that it was the right color. I then asked if I could add the tall seat to the order because I realized that the bike came with the low seat, but she said that it had already been placed into the container, ready for shipment. And now, here we're getting to the parts where the shipping company messed up my bike. It wasn't too bad, but one of the forklift drivers, it looks like punctured my box with one of the forks for the forklift, and they hit my rear wheel / tire, and it wouldn't hold air when I initially filled it up. So I contacted them, let them know, sent them pictures, to which she thought that the shipping company had shipped my bike vertically and dropped it off at my house vertically rather than just like setting it down. But I clarified that situation, and she ended up sending me a new tire and tube. I did have to pay $30 tax, or $30 for the shipping of the tire and tube, but that was nice, I guess. Here I am sending her pictures of my rear tire. I showed her by highlighting or circling the area. I zoomed in on it. There was a chip off of the actual wheel, 2 chips. So you could tell that something did hit it, most likely the fork from a forklift. There was a hole in my box. The frame that was holding the bike together was bent a little bit. It seemed like there could have been some user error in the operation of a forklift with the handling of my bike. And I do have to say that it is the new year now. We are in 2026. I got the bike on December 13th. I let her know about my tire issue a few days later, and I'm probably going to be waiting another month or so until I get the replacement tire and tube, but that's not a huge deal. I got a new tube from a local bike shop, so not a big deal. Overall, I had a great experience ordering through Alibaba. I would definitely do it again, and I really appreciated the $1,500 to $2,000 savings that I was able to keep that cash in my pocket. W11S for the win. Oh, stop. I don't know what comfortable is.
No, you're riding where you want.
Oh, this one has it so its logo's pointed right at me, which makes it seem like that's probably where they want it to be.
Let's tighten it down and call it good.
That's right where it was originally.
I know.
Now we're wasting our time.
No, we're not, bud. You're figuring it out. Nothing is a waste of time.
Perfect. You hear it working?
That's turning the light on and off.
Really?
The work light, yeah. You don't have to kill it, that's plastic.
Great. I think I can.
It's fine.
All right. Perfect.
Thank you.
Okay, now put it back. Okay, now
Take it off.
I found it. Is it 4.3? Yes. Yeah, I'm done with that.